When Yahweh makes a promise to us, we know that eventually, if necessary, he will keep it. Does the same hold true for us? Are promises made, promises kept? This is Barry Phillips, a 10-minute tour, day 5 of Yishlach. Let's go toward the end of this Torah portion in Bereshit, or Genesis chapter 35. Verse 1 says, And Elohim said to Yaakov, Arise, go up to Bethel, and dwell there, and make a slaughter place there to El, who appeared to you when you fled from the face of Esau your brother. Yaakov said to his household and to all who are with him, Put away the foreign mighty ones that are among you, and cleanse yourselves, and change your garments. And let us arise, go up to Bethel, and let me make there a slaughter place to El, who has answered me in the day of my distress, and who has been with me in the way which I have gone. So, there's a lot that has transpired since we first addressed Yaakov in this journey, his dealing with his brother Esau about the birthright, his taking the blessing that Yitzhak or Isaac intended for Esau, and his time with Laban, and marrying 4 wives and having 12 or now 13 children, or about to have his 13th child, and his encounter with Esau. If we go back, this entire process is a part of Yaakov's prayer life. We may not realize it, but life events as they occur for us may be very well answers to random prayers that we have prayed that maybe we have forgotten about. Prayers in which we made a promise or a vow to Yah, if you will do, I will do. If you will deliver me out of this situation, oh Yah, help me so that I may be able to do thus and such. And if Yah would play back a series of prayers that he is answering and working through to bring about his will in our life, we might be well surprised by that. So again, once more, let's be reminded that prayer is the invitation for Yah's involvement and investment in our situation. Yah does not invade us. He does not come slamming through the door demanding you will do or else. Now, his word gives us an understanding. My blessings are upon this way, and my curse is upon that way. You choose. I set before you life and death. You choose. But when we pray, we're opening the door and saying, oh, Yah, I need your help. And I'm inviting you now to come into this given situation, work your work, do your will, act as you would, involve who you would, invest in this situation with your power, with your presence, and resolve it for me. We pray those prayers, and when they're not immediately answered to where we recognize, I prayed A, and he responded with B, then we may forget in the interim time period exactly how we prayed and why he's acting in our lives as he does. Why, oh Yah, are you working this way? Well, you asked me to. You gave me permission. You requested this of me. When did I do that? Hark, let's roll back the reel and let's replay this for you one more time. So, Yaakov has prayed certain things. If we go back to chapter 28 and we look at verse 21 and 22, this is what we hear him pray. He says, when I have returned to my father's house in peace, and Yahweh has been with me, or been my Elohim, then this stone which I have set as a standing column shall be Elohim's house, and of all you give me, I shall certainly give a tenth to you. He follows that up then in an hour of crisis in chapter 31. And in verse 13, Yah responds as he's saying, "Oh, Yah, help me. Esau's coming to get me. And I need some help here. I need your involvement here." Yah has told him, "I want you to go back." And he says in verse 13, "I am El of Bethel, where you anointed the standing column and where you made a vow to me." I remember the vow. You may not think I remember what you prayed a long time ago, over 14 years ago, but I remember this prayer. "Now rise up, get out of this land, and return to the land of your relatives." Yah says to him, get up, get out, and get back. That's for somebody today, perhaps. You need to get up, you need to get out, and you need to get back or go back to where it is that Yah has called you to. And he says here, go back to your relatives, return to your relatives, and I will work a good work for you. Now, he says continually, then, deliver me from the hand of my brother, the hand of Esau. I fear him. Yah is saying to us, I've heard your prayers and I know what's going on, but you got to do what I'm telling you to do. So now we look then in chapter 32 and in verse number 9, if I can go back there. Yaakov said, "O Elohim of my father Abraham, Elohim of my father Yitzhak, Yahweh who said to me, return to your land and to your relatives and I do good to you." He says, remember that? He says, I don't deserve the least of all the loving commitment and all the truth you've shown your servant, for I passed over this Jordan with my staff, now become two groups. Verse 11, deliver me, I pray, from the hand of my brother, from the hand of Esau, for I fear him, lest he come and shall strike me and the mother with the children. The probability of Esau's response is disastrous. If he shows up as Esau, it's going to be bad. It's going to be very bad. There's going to be death. There's going to be bloodshed. There's going to be the loss of wealth. Esau is going to take his revenge. Yah, there's a possibility with you. When I'm faced with the inevitability of the probability, Yah, you remain my possibility. And I am looking for what you can make possible. For you said that you would do good to me. That's your promise. And I'm counting on your promise. Now, what he is requiring then, when they have resolved the Esau issue, and there is this Esau again that we know it dwells within us, this Esau characteristic, Esau potential, Esau liability that lies within us. And if that portion of us has its way, it will be disastrous. But oh Yah, I have made vows to you. Oh Yah, I have made promises to you. I have dedicated things and myself to you. Now enable me to come to the place where those things can be brought to fruitfulness and fruit bearing. Enable me to overcome the Esau that wants to destroy all that. Esau is probable. You know that, Yah. But I'm looking for the possible that you have the ability to bring to pass. So when it comes then in chapter 35, the time to go back, the first requirement is clean up. Get rid of your idols. Change your garments. Change your minds. Change your hearts. We're going home. May Yah help us to do that. Shabbat Shalom to all of you. Thank you so much for your prayers, your support, your encouraging words, your questions, your comments, for sharing 10-Minute Torah with those on your Facebook and social media pages is very much appreciated. Shabbat Shalom to you, to all who are with you, and we look forward to seeing you again next week. Until then, Shalom.